I can make Saki happier than you can. She feels the same way, so please, divorce her.
Look, as you can see, I already have a family.
What? Keiichi, I need to talk to you. I can make Saki happier than you can. She feels the same way, so please, divorce her.
Look, as you can see, I already have a family.
What?
Huh?
My name is Keiji Sato. I am the sales manager at Days Corporation, a mid-sized medical equipment manufacturer. Today, my younger brother Seiga, who works as a sales manager at Doki Doki Corporation, a medical equipment implementation support company that partners with us, suddenly said something completely absurd to me. I mean, Seiga, you've been overseas on business for Doki Doki Corporation for a while, so you wouldn't know I got married.
Nice to meet you. I'm Yui Sato, Keiji's wife. I also serve as the CEO of Days Corporation.
Nice to meet you. What? Keiichi actually married Miss Yui Sato, the CEO? No way!
But you got engaged to me. We even went to dates.
Saki, right? If I remember correctly, you're the daughter of Mr. Wakaba, the CEO of the major medical equipment manufacturer Waku Waku Corporation, right?
That's right. Doki Doki Corporation is planning a major project with Waku Waku Corporation. In other words, marrying Saki will strengthen that partnership even more.
It's true we've gone out to dinner a few times with your father and some employees, but we've never gone on a single date.
No way.
Wait a minute. At one of our company parties, we did a stage skit. I ended up playing your husband, and maybe that's what got mixed up in your head.
I attended that party too, but we skipped that after party and went straight home together. I remember that clearly. I'm kind of a loss here because this story is so out of nowhere. But if you're asking him to get divorced, have you already met with Mr. Wakaba?
No, not yet. That's the next step. But my parents and I both work at Doki Doki Corporation, and we help hospitals roll out medical equipment. This marriage will be a huge turning point for our company. Your company might even lose its contract with us. Oh, I mean, Days Corporation, your company, Miss Sato.
Hey, that's my company you're talking about. Just because you're with a major firm doesn't mean you can throw your weight around. I'm sorry, Seiga. I think I may have seriously misunderstood everything.
What?
Please talk with my parents again. This involves work too.
You gotta be kidding me. How did this turn into such a mess?
Misunderstanding or not, you knew she was married and still tried to make her yours. That's really low, honestly. Exactly what people warned me about.
What did people warn about me? Forget it. I'm leaving.
Man, this feels like it's gonna turn into a huge headache.
I'm terribly sorry.
Our daughter has always had a tendency to get carried away when it comes to romance. We've tried to warn her about it.
Huh? Saki, I told you to make sure you understand things properly before jumping to conclusions.
I'm sorry. You've been overdoing it with work lately, Saki. Maybe it's time you took a little break. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know this is a lot to ask after everything that happened. But please, don't turn your back on Saki. When she's away from work and just focusing on things at home, she's usually a lot more stable. Well, seriously? Well, hey, at least I won't have to pay Keiji any compensation now. It's good for business too, and she's cute, so it's not exactly a bad deal. Okay, I'll promise I'll take care of her.
I ended up causing Keiji a lot of trouble. I guess deep down, I wanted him to hold me back.
Keiji, you mean the one from Days Corporation?
Yeah, well, the thing is...
I guess I overstepped a bit as his younger brother. You did what to Keiichi Sato? Huh? Days Corporation recently achieved a major technological breakthrough. Our company, Waku Waku Corporation, has actually been relying on them quite a bit lately. I apologize for my daughter's misunderstanding, but you didn't realize she had misunderstood things until you showed up at Keiichi's house, did you? Not only did you fail to correct her, you ended up causing trouble for the man who has helped our company so much, and for his family too.
Dad, Mom, I'm sorry.
I sincerely apologize for my lack of judgment, but my brother and I have a complicated history. Listen carefully. For the large-scale project with your company, Doki Doki Corporation, our company absolutely needs the cooperation of Days Corporation. You insulted our most important business partner, and that's the attitude you show here?
Dear, perhaps we should reconsider the large project with Doki Doki Corp.
Yeah, perhaps we should. You've got to be kidding me. How did things spiral into this?
In the end, Seiga and Saki's engagement was called off. And then,
I'm Hiroshi Sato, Seiga's father. I sincerely apologize for all the trouble this has caused. But this is still a private matter, isn't it? Reconsidering the entire project over it seems a little excessive, don't you think? You're right. I wasn't thinking clearly at the time. And I shouldn't have blurted out anything about the contract. I'm sorry for that. However, after discussing the matter with Days Corporation, we concluded that Doki Doki Corporation's implementation support is not essential to this project. I see. With all due respect, we have the strongest track record and network in Japan when it comes to implementation support. We also have proven results nationwide in post-installation training in hospital coordination and maintenance system setup. Without us, I imagine things may get rather difficult for you. That's okay. If we run into trouble, we'll hire another company. Okay. This is all your fault for sticking your nose where it didn't belong. If you hadn't gotten hung up on Keiichi, none of this would have happened. I'm so sorry. And now, I'm hearing Days Corporation wants to cancel their contract too. Because of your actions, 2 contracts and an entire project are about to go up in smoke. Well, forget it. It's only 20% of our sales. That's nothing. I'm sure you can make up for that easily enough. I'm counting on you. Got it.
Only 20%? Is Mr. Sato serious right now? Something feels off. I've gotta look into this.
Alright then. Fresh start. Time to get back to work.
Seiga, here. This one's for you.
Whoa! What's all this?
What do you mean, what? These are the client accounts and the major companies involved. That project between Days and Waku Waku actually added compliance violations as grounds for cancelling the contract. If we sit around and do nothing, our company's credibility is gonna crash and burn. Please stop explaining this situation to everyone immediately, ASAP.
Explain what exactly? What's the big deal? It's just those 2 companies, right? Why is everyone acting like this is such an emergency?
at that moment, Seiga still had no idea. Doki Doki Corporation had been number 1 since day 1, so he had never learned what a real crisis looks like.
What's going on? Tokimeki Corporation's revenue is up 400% compared to last year.
Yes, they pulled a huge budget into the market the moment they saw us struggling.
Tokimeki Corporation used to be a tiny player barely scraping by. Why now of all times?
Thanks to Tokimeki Corp, the project has been running very smoothly. We truly appreciate it.
Please, don't mention it. We're honored that you chose us over Doki Doki Corporation. Everyone in our company has been working harder than ever since the company was founded.
Honestly, we probably should have hired Tokimeki Corporation much sooner. Doki Doki Corporation was a major firm, but it seemed like their employee training wasn't consistent across the board, and some hospitals weren't very impressed with their work.
Because of that, medical equipment manufacturers like us constantly had to tiptoe around hospital staff. It was exhausting. Tokimeki Corp has always had an outstanding reputation in this industry. We really should have partnered with you earlier. I suppose that's the one good thing to come out of all this.
Oh, that reminds me. This is actually unrelated to the project, but one of our partner companies asked if we could connect them with Days Corporation for potential collaboration. Apparently, they've been asking Doki Doki Corporation to introduce them to you for quite some time. But they were never taken seriously. They're a pretty small company. Still, if you don't mind, may I explain the details?
Of course, we appreciate that. Our company policy is to consider opportunities based on how much they benefit patients, not on the size of the company or the project.
As our company continued gaining momentum, Doki Doki Corporation's position kept getting worse.
At this rate, it is becoming extremely difficult for the bank to continue our financing under the current terms. On top of that, we're starting to see employees resign and the company struggling to stay operational. Seiga, if you had promptly and carefully explained the situation to our partners back then.
How was I supposed to know something like that would spiral into this? This is unbelievable. I'm really disappointed in you. What? To begin with, Keiichi's company, Days Corporation, left us, signed with Waku Waku Corporation, then partnered with Tokimeki Corporation, and from there, our market share kept slipping away. The real issue is that our sales department never understood how to deal with Days Corporation or how much potential they actually had.
Seiga, you never reported to us that Days Corporation had been advancing their technological innovations to that extent. It's clear that you underestimated them.
We're holding an emergency executive meeting. The whole board will go over the facts and decide how much of this falls on you, so you'd better be ready. Wait a second. Am I really the only one to blame here? Dad knew about Saki too.
And then the executive meeting began.
Based on the circumstances, we conclude that sales manager Seiga Sato bears significant responsibility in this matter. What do you think?
Mr. Sato, I believe that explanation does not hold up.
You are?
I'm Yoko from the legal department. The explanation you just gave contradicts the legal department's findings.
What do you mean by that?
After our former secretary raised concerns, we found some suspicious approval records and expense reimbursements, along with several conflict of interest reports. So we investigated it as a compliance issue.
A former secretary?
Of course, if the relationship had simply been a sincere private matter, we would have had no intention of interfering.
It's true I caused trouble for my brother. But aside from that, I believe I approached the relationship sincerely.
Yes, I believe that was your intention, Seiga. However, Mr. Sato's actions were quite different, weren't they?
What are you trying to say?
According to the former secretary we interviewed, you had been informed about Seiga's relationship beforehand, yet did not require a change of assignment or impose reporting obligations on him. The former secretary also mentioned that Saki might have been involved with Keiichi at the same time.
Wait, seriously? Dad, you knew about that? Of course I knew. He's my son. I just chose not to meddle in something that was clearly his private business.
The problem isn't that they were dating. Once a personal relationship with the Wakaba family started, there should have been a conflict of interest declaration, a change of assignment, and a different approval process for meetings, but you never stopped it. In other words, You prioritize securing the deal over maintaining fairness in the project.
This is ridiculous. You're just making guesses. Sure, the secretary mentioned it to me. But who would think a private matter would cost us a project or a contract? Sure, I heard there was a chance Saki was seeing two people. But I never thought whichever one she chose would affect our business. I know I'm not exactly in a position to say it, but since they're a business partner, you could have at least expected it might have consequences.
To be fair, based on what Mr. Sato is saying, his defense is essentially that he didn't think things would blow up this badly. However, what if there was evidence that warnings had already been issued at a much earlier stage?
What do you mean?
We are actually scheduled to conduct interviews on another day with the key parties involved in this matter. Keiichi Sato, Yui Sato, and Saki Wakaba. Depending on the outcome of those interviews, we should be able to determine who truly bears responsibility.
Dad, you've got to be kidding me.
After that, formal interviews were conducted smoothly with attorneys present. Yes, that's right. Seiga and Saki suddenly showed up at our house and pulled that whole stunt.
The truth is, I had personally consulted Mr. Sato and told him I was seeing both Seiga and Keiichi. But he kept telling her over and over to just be honest with my feelings. Looking back, everything involving Keiichi was based on a misunderstanding. So then, as Mr. Sato claims, does that mean this was not Seiga's responsibility alone? Even hearing this as a third party, I'd say the same. As the head of the company, he allowed the risk of harming two business partners to go ignored. I assume he simply didn't understand how far our technological innovation had progressed, or how close Waku Waku Corp and our company had become. So that's why he kept saying it was only 20% of our sales. Thank you for your cooperation. I think we finally know what really happened now. Frankly, what Mr. Sato has done is unacceptable, both as a CEO and as a person. I expect a level-headed response from you. That concludes the interview findings. I believe you now understand that responsibility doesn't lie with Seiga alone. Mr. Sato also bears responsibility in this matter.
You knew everything from the very beginning? Then why didn't you warn me? Give me advice. Tell me about the risk, something. If you hadn't barged into Keiichi's house and had handled things more carefully, we could have built a strong relationship with Waku Waku Corporation. And even if Keiichi had been the one she chose, it would have strengthened the relationship between Days and Waku Waku, which still would have worked in Doki Doki's favor since we deal with both companies. If you hadn't gone to his house, none of this would have happened.
This is not true. The root of the issue is that when you first received the report, you intended to cover yourself by letting Seiga deal with the fallout and shoulder all the blame. Just like Yui pointed out, you're the worst kind of person. And the worst kind of CEO.
Darn it! If only I dealt with this sooner.
In the end, thanks to the swift action of Miss Yoko, the legal director, the truth of the matter was disclosed outside the company as well. As expected, after the proper procedures were carried out, my father stepped down as CEO. Seiga was also forced to leave the company. A special investigative committee was established following the scandal, and a number of serious issues came to light. The two of them became infamous across the country and lost the courage to keep working in Japan.
I can't believe this. The only way I can pay off my debts is by taking a job in a place this remote? Ow! A bug bit me. Someone help. Now I'm covered in cuts I've never had before. Darn it. How much longer am I going to live like this?
They've been having a rough time with work they're not used to, and apparently, their health is steadily getting worse. Meanwhile,
We've been through a lot, but I'm glad we can still celebrate our daughter's birthday together.
come to think of it, back when Saki claimed she was dating me, you didn't doubt me for a second and stood up for me. That really meant a lot. From now on, no matter what happens, I'll trust you more than anyone else in the world.
Keiichi, come on. What are you talking about? We vowed to love each other forever.
Enjoyed the video?
Then, smash that like button and subscribe.